This is the gameplay video for my project, so we'll begin on the menu screen, so host can host, then they both get up to this screen, you pick which slot you want to be, and then you start. As you can see, there's a different view. The driver only has the view of the cockpit, can't see behind them, and this is where the communication comes in key, as the crane operator needs to direct, say when you're reversing, or to certain points of interest that only they can see at that point in time. So if I pick up the crane here, and then we can move on to the next section. There we are. So as you can see, the communication really needs to come in key here, as without the communication, the crane operator would just crash into that top bit there. So I need to move this out of the way without hitting it on the floor in order to get through this gate. Okay, I'm up now, so then lower it a bit more, and then through. Okay, awesome. So this section here, we need to place a object in that red square. Oops, in that red square. So the object is behind us, as the crane operator can see, just at the back there. So the directions he will give to the driver to be able to move back to this position. There we are. Now we're at the object here, we can pick it up just like the payload by lowering the hook. There you go, it's picked up. And if we drive out of here, and then we can use it to open up the next section. Here we are. Now we can get the driver to direct, or get the crane operator to direct the driver to the payload so that we can get to the next section. Pick this up, lower the crane hook, pick it back up. There we are. Just get through here and then drop the payload off at the top of this ramp so that we can come back and pick up an object for the ramp. There we are. So if I give it a second to stop spinning. Oh. There we are, so that's there. So you can use the sphere to get it, but just for quickness I'm going to use the cube, which should be around about here. There we are. Lower the hook to get onto the thing and pick it back up. Now drive up to the top, place it on there, on the ramp button, so that we can open up the door and get to the end. So shove this here. Hopefully it doesn't fall too much. Yep, nice. I think I'm going to be just out of range to pick this up. Yeah. So driver needs to move a little bit more to the left. You try not to collide into it so it doesn't flip out and get more damaged. There we go, picked up. And let's get to the final section. And here is the goal. So if I place the object into the goal here. There we go, level complete. With a 82% health remaining, which gives us a grade of an A. And that is it for the whole game. Quit menu just brings us back to here.